Let's get started on Math 23.2, page 491 and 492. Okay, this lesson is called Count On by Tens. And this is something that we've actually done before with our hundreds chart. It's really helpful that they've included one right here for you on the page. But just to remember, first grade, we've done a lot with using our hundreds chart to help us count. And actually, one thing that we have done is count by tens and started on a 10. So for example, we start here on our 10 and we count down the tens column, and we know each time we count down, we're counting another group of 10. So go ahead and count with me. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. But we also know that we can count by 10, but we don't have to start on a 10. For example, we could start on a 6. So if we did that, let's go ahead and start on our 6 and count by 10. So each time we move down, we're adding a group of 10. Ready? Begin. 6, 16, 26, 36, 46, 56, 66, 76, 86, 96. Well, that's really helpful for today's lesson because we will actually use our hundreds chart just like that by moving down and adding groups of tens to help us complete 2-digit plus 2-digit addition problems. Let's take a look. How can you count on by tens to find this sum? 31 plus 40 is equal to. Now you might look at that and think, whoa, that is a really difficult problem. I don't know that I can do that. Well, I want you to know I believe in you and I know you can, and we're going to use our hundreds chart to help us out. Here's how we do that. Let's start first with this number, this 31. Let's find that number on our hundreds chart. Well, 31 ends with a 1 in its ones column, so let's go here to our ones column and find 31. Here it is. And in fact, they've already shaded it in a little bit for you to find it a little more easily. So here's 31. We need to add 40. Now, 40 is actually the same as 4 groups of 10, right? This would be a group of 10. If each of these are a group of 10, then I need 4 to make 40. So 40 is the same as 4 groups of 10. I'm going to use my hundreds chart, and I know each time I scoot down on my hundreds chart, I'm adding a group of 10. So if I have 31 plus 10, I actually scoot right down and I find 41. But I wasn't adding just 10, I was adding 40. That's 4 groups of 10. So I get to do that jumping down again. That's only 2 groups of 10. I'm not finished. I do that once more. That's 3 groups of 10. And when I finish the last time 4 groups of 10, I've jumped down 1, 2, 3, 4 times. And now I land on the sum, the answer for this addition problem, which is 71. 31 plus 40 is equal to 71. Now, I know this is totally new, so I'm going to do this whole page with you. Okay, let's make sure we practice it together so that you feel like you know how to complete this page. Use the 100 chart to add, count on by tens. Let's take a look. Number 1 says 42 plus 20. 42. Let's go ahead and find 42 on our chart. I'm going to get my eraser so I can erase these marks I need. Okay, so 42. 42 ends with a 2 in its ones column, so let's find the 2 and scoot down until we find 42. Here it is. Okay, we're going to start on 42, and we're going to add 20. 20 is the same as how many groups of 10? 20 is the same as 2 groups of 10. So we're going to jump down 2 times. So we started our 42 and we jumped down 1 group of 10, two groups of 10, and this is our sum right here. What is 42 plus 20? It's equal to 62. We're going to write 62 on our line for our sum. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and erase on my hundreds chart again before we move on to our next one. Okay, let's take a look at number 2. Number 2 says 64 plus 30. Now 64 ends with a 4, so we're going to go to our 4s column. Let's go to our 4s column and scoot down until we find 64. And here it is. Okay, so 64 plus 30. 30, we need to think about how many groups of 10 are in 30. Well, we could count it. 10, 20, 30. 30 is 3 groups of 10. So we get to jump down 3 times. Each time we move down, we're adding a group of 10, so we're counting 3 groups of 10. 1, 2, 3, and here is our sum right here. 64 plus 30 is equal to 94. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and erase my hundreds chart. Okay, let's move on to number 3. 48 plus 10. 48 ends with an 8, so we go to our 8s column. We go to 8, we scoot down until we find 48. 48 plus 10. Well, how many groups of 10 is 10? It's just 1. So 48 plus 1 group of 10 means we get to go to 48 and move down once. So 48 plus 10 is equal to 58. You're doing great. Let's keep going. Okay, 4 says 14 plus 60. Now 14 ends here with a 4, so we're going to go to our 4s column and scoot down until we find 14, which is right here. And we add 60. How many groups of 10 is 60? It's 6. 60 is 6 groups of 10. So we will get to go to our 14 and scoot down 6 times. Ready? Begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Where did you land? You should have landed on 74. 14 plus 60 is equal to 74. Let's keep going. We've got 2 more on this side. 57 plus 40 is equal to, well, 57 ends with a 7 in the 1s column, so let's go to our 7s column and scoot down until we find 57. Here it is. And we are adding on 40. How many groups of 10 is 40? It's 4 groups of 10. So we're going to move down 4 times. Let's start on our 57 and jump down 4 times. Ready? Begin. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where did you land? On 97. Go ahead and write down 97 as your sum. Okay, last one on this side says 36 plus 50 is equal to, 36 ends with a 6 in the 1s column. So let's go to our 6 and scoot down until we find 36. Okay. Now we're going to add 50. How many groups of 10 is 50? It's 5 groups of 10. So we're going to start on our 36 and scoot down 5 times to represent 5 groups of 10. Ready? Begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where did you land? 86. Let's write our sum, 86, on the line. And when you're ready, let's turn. This side has another hundreds chart right here to help you out, and you are continuing the same strategy. I'll do 2 with you on this side, and then I'll have you do the rest of it on your own. Let's take a look together. It says, use the 100 chart to add, count on by tens. The example here was 48 plus 30. So 48 ends with an 8. So we go to our 8s column, and you scoot down until you find 48. Then 30 is 3 groups of 10. So you get to jump down 3 times. So we count 1, 2, 3. And you land on 78. Okay, let's take a look at numbers 1 and 2 together. 54 plus 40. 54 ends with a 4, so we're going to go to our 4 column and scoot down to find 54. And here it is. And we're going to add 40. How many groups of 10 is 40? It's 4 groups of 10. So we're going to jump down 4 times to represent 4 groups of 10. Ready? Begin. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where did you land? On 94. 54 plus 40 is equal to 94. And number 2, 16 plus 70. Wow, that's a lot. Let's start first on our 16. 16 ends with a 6 in the ones column, so let's start on our 6 and scoot down until we find 16 right here. And we're going to add 70. How many groups of 10 is 70? It's 7 groups of 10. So we get to jump down 7 times to represent 70. Okay, ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Where did you land? 86. 16 plus 70 is equal to 86. Okay, I'll let you complete these ones all on your own. And then here down below, I'll teach you this strategy here because it is different than the ones up until number 12. These ones down here with 13 through 18, I think it might actually be easier to simply just use your fingers when you're counting instead of using the hundreds chart. Okay, so for example, we start here and it says 19 plus 2. And you might say, Miss Arnsey, I don't have 19 fingers. And I would say, whew, that's a relief. You should not have 19 fingers. But I know that you do at least have 2. So let's put 19 in our head and hold it only 2 fingers. Okay, ready? So we go 19, 20, 21. So 19 plus 2 more is actually equal to 21. Okay, let's do another one together as an example. 75 plus 6. And you might think, well, your number line doesn't go up that high. That's okay. Just hold up 6 fingers and put 75 in your head. Okay, so I'm going to hold up my 6 fingers here, and 75 is in my head. So we go 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 81. 75 plus 6 is equal to 81. Okay, so I am going to recommend that for these last ones down here, it might be more helpful to use your fingers rather than the hundreds chart. Okay, so go ahead and continue. These ones up here at the top, using your hundreds chart, counting down groups of 10, And then down here below, use your fingers to help you count.